Hey yo, what's good, man? We back with another episode of the Real Rap Coalition podcast. Today we came to bring y'all another, in real time segment. What we got for y'all today is the Expend4bles number 4. I guess it's the Expend4bles 4. I don't know because they got the 4. They got the 4 like as the A, so I guess it's just Expend4bles 4. I don't know, but we're gonna go ahead and get to this shit, man. Let's introduce ourselves. My name is Showtime Slim. Who else we got in the building?
It's been a long time since we did it in real time, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all see the name, man. KTLE Christmas. You feel what I'm saying?
It's been a month.
And it's been a long time. I wasn't there for it.
Blue Beetle.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Okay. I don't know what was before that.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, man. So we got another one coming too next week. Saw.
Yeah. If y'all
Saw
haven't checked
10,
it out,
man.
check out the crash course. We done been through 8 Saw movies, man. We gonna do the last one whenever the fuck. And then watch
Last
Saw
2.
X. Well, no, because Saw X is an in real time joint.
It's the last one. All right, man. So let's go ahead and talk about this shit, KTL.
Well, y'all see the title, man. It's a star-studded cast, man. And anybody who's seen the Expendables, the first 3. Oh yeah. First things first. Spoiler alert, etc. Obviously. Like, share, comment, subscribe, etc.
Like, comment,
All that
subscribe,
good
man.
shit. All of that, We had 135 subscribers, man. We've been getting this bitch out the mud, for almost a year straight, and we getting somewhere, man. But yeah. With that being said, if you've seen the Expendables movie, you know what this shit is about. It's a lot of the great, action heroes, culture icons, etc. People associated with violence coming together for an homage to action movies. The first they've had 3 of them bitches. I think when the first one come out, like it's been probably about 10 years or some shit. But
Yeah.
it's been a good
It was
amount of time.
actually the actual theme behind like the very first one, I'll say at least. It was Sylvester Stallone. Obviously he put it together, man. He was just trying to get some of his friends
Partners some work.
who like the old, like ATL said, the old stars from back in the day, I guess they wasn't doing as much when the first one came out, like Dolph. How you say his last name? Dolph
Lundgren.
Yeah, him. He was in the Rocky movie with Sylvester Stallone back in the day.
Bruce Willis was in that whole.
Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Him and Sylvester Stallone did some shit. Who else was in that? I don't know if Jet Li
Randy
really count.
Couture was in that whole.
Yeah, UFC. I don't know if Jet Li really count. Does he count as one of those type of?
I mean, it's all like
he's more of
action themed flicks. It's just not guns. It's more fists.
But did he fall off?
I don't know. I mean, I feel
he's
like his like the movie types of
overseas.
movies that he makes, like that don't really conduct themselves to like falling off. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be a old motherfucker and go be a kung fu master and shit.
Right? Maybe they just needed somebody to be a kung fu fighter, so they got Jet Li.
About to say we just seen what's his name in John Wick 4. You know what I'm saying?
Donnie Yen.
Yeah, like
shout out him.
There's always a market, man. But yeah, this shit is just like it's an homage to 80s era action films, man, that made a lot of these motherfuckers famous.
Is that it?
Man. Yeah, I was getting a drink. I was expecting you to say something while I was drinking something, man, but it's okay.
Yeah, shit to say about that.
Yeah, all right. So this won't be a very there's a lot of this movie is action scenes, shooting, fighting, etc. Right. So there will be less of a story to have to follow here, but basically the premise is Once again, Barney and Christmas, Jason Statham and Sylvester Stallone, they come together with their team in order to enact a mission. There's a CIA, I believe CIA operative that Barney has previously worked with, who has put them on task to find someone codenamed Ocelot, right? So they're on a mission to
Mhm.
get back some detonators for a bomb. It's a very generic action movie, you know, plot. It's bad guy. There is a bad guy. And in this case, they went the mysterious bad guy. You don't know what he looks like route, who is trying to get some shit that he shouldn't have his hands on. And it's a matter of national security. It could fuck up a whole lot of people. So, all right,
Mhm.
dispatch a gang of motherfuckers with guns. So on the team, you still got Dolph Lundgren's character Gunner. You still got Randy
Facts.
Couture's character. What was his name?
Toll Road, which I don't know why that's his name.
Toll Road. Yeah, Toll Road. You get introduced to a character who is supposed to be the son of the character from the last movie, played by
Facts.
Antonio Banderas. What was his
Facts.
name?
That was
No, I'm
I
talking
don't
about the
know.
son.
They called him son. They called him his son at first, so I don't know.
Yeah, but it started with a Z, I think, or some shit.
Shout
Which
out Antonio Banderas, man. They should have got bro back in this shit. Shout out that nigga.
Yeah, I don't know what the reasoning is for that, but
He probably couldn't do it, or they
yeah,
didn't think
like
so.
I feel like it might be scheduling conflicts or something.
Yeah,
But
because you know me, KTL. Like, one thing I like is continuity.
hmm
I don't really like when they take out people and add new
well, to be
people and
fair, they
things
didn't
like.
put Arnold and Jet Li in this whole, but they like had a reasoning
I know
for
why
it.
they ain't put them in it,
Why?
but Terry Crews is what I was thinking of. Like, they replaced Terry Crews with 50 Cent, and
Well,
I
they
don't
had
know how I feel
Wesley
about that.
Snipes in the last one. Remember?
But Terry Crews was in it as well.
I'm just saying, like, so they both. If you want to say that, like, if you're saying they replaced a black guy with another black guy, then they replaced both of them with 50 Cent. Like,
That's not cap. I mean, that's not true. That's
how?
not what I was saying.
Then what were you saying?
I'm gonna keep it above. Wesley Snipes' character wasn't nothing like it wasn't nothing like Terry Crews or
I
50 Cent. I think
100%
50
agree
Cent
with you, but I don't think 50 Cent was like either of them.
I think 50 Cent and Terry Crews the same shit.
I
And
don't.
he was worse than Terry
I
Crews in this
I
movie.
think 50. No, I think 50 Cent was cold in this movie.
Not better than Terry Crews was.
Shit, I think so.
Terry Crews did way more
Like
cold
I
shit
have a
with
bit of a
these
fuzzy
weapons.
memory, but I think 50 Cent might have been like the best motherfucker in this movie to me, damn near.
That's cap.
You can't tell me what my opinion is.
He didn't even do much.
That's cap. That is
he
cap
didn't.
right
He
there.
didn't do much in this movie.
Shout out
We can
Easy
talk
Day,
about it.
man. You know what I'm saying? Bro named himself Easy Day. They said only easy day is yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Life is
Bring
difficult
back
type
Terry
shit,
Crews,
man.
man. 50 Cent
Shit.
was cool. He didn't do shit though.
Hey, that's not true at all. But so over the extent of the movie,
Megan Fox too, though.
yeah, I was about to say like so you start out, Barney's pulling up on Christmas. He at the crib with his bitch. His bitch is Megan Fox.
Was she in any of these other ones?
I don't believe so because
I
like
don't
I
think
was
so
thinking
either.
like because I think like in the last
They
one,
had Ronda
in
Rousey.
one of them movies, yeah, they had Ronda Rousey, but in one of them movies, he was like Jason Statham was trying to get his bitch back in that hoe, and he got her back like at the end of the movie or whatever,
hmm
and like I was like, what the fuck? What is this Megan Fox ass shit? Like
Well, they was saying they in this movie they said she was one of the Avengers. I mean, the
the
fucking Avengers.
Avengers.
She was one of the Expendables too, and obviously we see that she is an Expendable.
Yeah, so but like
So
yeah,
that had to be some shit that they had a girl in the one with Antonio Banderas. Who was it?
it
Was
was
it
Ronda Rousey.
that was Ronda Rousey?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I don't know. They just threw Megan Fox here, and I guess we don't
This
get her
is
backstory.
something, and that I'll allude to consistently through this review is that a lot of this shit is reminiscent of the Fast and Furious franchise. It is a big, like box office type of thing. They get a large budget and they attempt to star-stud the cast. They'll have different people in different movies. You know what I'm saying, for like differing reasons and whatnot. And so yeah, like like you'll have like a group of core people, but fuck, after like after a certain point, they're just like putting folks in that hole, like
So
the
KT, I
Marvel
don't
movies
think
too.
I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is you have
I
to.
don't think it's a problem.
No, I think the issue is that you have to. You like it didn't really take away from me, but I do feel like you have to introduce it or have a backstory or something. She
I
was
guess. I mean, I
like the
know.
first moment we saw her, she was already expendable, and they never explained anything else
I'm
about it.
about to say, respectfully speaking, I know why she was in this movie. You know what I'm
I know
saying?
why
Like,
she was in it too, but they should have wrote her a good backstory or something. Because I
shit,
feel like every other person in this had like a proper introduction outside of her.
I don't know. Like 50 Cent just kind of walked up off the street. They were like, "Hey, he part of the team." All
Yeah,
right,
at,
bet.
le-
You
at
know.
least they did that. Like she was just grandfathered in that hoe when
Well,
the movie came
that
on.
not no, that's not even a problem, right? So okay, so let's right. So yeah, he pull up on there and they arguing, whatever the fuck he tell him he need like his help to go get his ring back because he
Right.
just lost at home in a bet. So they pull up to this bar where he done lost his ring and shit, and like he says like, why you need my help? He's like, man, I fucked my back up. He's like, I can't even lift a fork, you know. Motherfucker went in that bitch and like asked for his ring back. They told him to like eat shit, fuck off, you know. So like he tells his partner to go get that bitch for him. He's like, I'll do it for you. He's like, all right, bet. He gives him like a set of brass knuckles. He's like, here for good luck. And he lost a thumb wrestling contest to a dude named Jumbo Shrimp. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And so Christmas walk up and he basically like starts talking crazy to these folks. He's like, hey, I need that off you type shit. And they're like, hey, that shit's staying where it's at and you can get beat the fuck up too. So they start, trying to get active and he just beat the dog shit out of everybody except for like one dude. You know what I'm saying? Like he just one punched everybody in that hole till a big swole motherfucker pick him up. And then Barney like, shot a motherfucker in the ring and then he ran at him and he flipped him over the bar. He's like, oh, I thought your back was fucked up. He's like, no, I got fixed. He's like, he was like, come on, man, I like spending time with you. Motherfucker said, all right, well, let's just go riding horses next time or some shit. Thought that
Mm-hmm.
was pretty comedic. But he gets his ring back, man. And so they go to the mission debriefing, etc.
The first scene we got introduced to the guy.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
um
I don't even
well,
know who played him, but
I
yeah,
know who played him. I'll tell you in a minute because
shout out to Marsh, man.
you seen him. Not him. I was talking about what's his name, like Raymat
Oh,
Rum.
the Asian dude?
Yeah, he was the very first scene with the general and the army nigga.
No, yeah, like so, yeah. He's like running, smoking shit. They're like attacking some fucking
He was really
base
on
out
their
there
ass. I ain't gonna
in the
lie.
Middle East. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They like him and his army. They going smoking shit. They run up on the general. The general was like with his family. He didn't sent them down to the bunker,
Facts.
and like he like run up all the way to the top. Like he sneak in,
He
kill
wanted some
some
kind of
folk.
codes, right?
Hell yeah, he was trying to get the code so he could take the detonators and shit. He
Facts.
killed the general wife, you know what I'm saying? Puts a Glock to his son's head and talking about like that kid wasn't shook neither. That's what's crazy. That kid like didn't act like he didn't know what the fuck was going on. He
Then he
might have been
gave
kind
Buddy
of
the
slow,
codes.
bro.
He gave Buddy the codes, and then
Yeah.
he
He
shot
shot the
he
fuck
shot
out of
him
his
anyway.
kid. After he already stabbed Buddy with a sharpened ass tonfa and shit.
I ain't gonna lie. He was on their ass like them soldiers. Like he was on their ass.
Yeah, them was some sorry ass
So
soldiers,
you
bro.
didn't recognize him, or did you?
I mean, I've seen him before, but I don't know who it is.
So he was in Mile 22. He
Mm-hmm.
played Lee Nor,
Mm-hmm.
the guy that was fighting
Mm-hmm.
alongside Mark
Yeah, but
Wahlberg.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, I don't know how to say his name. It's foreign.
Put it up on the screen, Slim.
I,
But yeah, shout out to him, man. He is basically for all intents and purposes the antagonist for about 80% of this movie, right? So yeah, he goes up there, he gets what he needs. The Expendables, they pulling up, in the fucking like plane they flying and shit. You know, Antonio Banderas' son won't shut the fuck up about all this weird pervert shit he be doing. You know, he's back there telling the motherfucker how he like let bitches piss on him and some more shit. You know, and
and they made him. You know, it's crazy. I like how they made his character. They really made him just like his dad.
yeah,
Because Antonio Banderas was doing the same annoying ass shit.
hell
This
yeah,
guy did it a
he
little
was
bit less
worse.
though.
I was about to
I,
say
I
Antonio Banderas was worse. Like,
Antonio Banderas was wilding.
but
But look, I'm gonna put this on the screen, KTL, to show the proper respect to these people, man. That
shout
ain't
out
even the right one.
Jacob, man.
But you know Andy Garcia, he plays Marsh. You're saying you know his name?
Nope.
And yeah, Jacob, whatever the fuck, he played his son. And then we get the girl at the bottom. She was
That's
they
Lash. Lash was fire.
she was kind of random, but at least they made a point of why she was there.
Why? Why was she there?
Because it wasn't she appointed to be there like by the Marsh guy.
Not
I
that I
think Marsh put
recall.
her there. Oh wait, so Barney put her there?
I don't know. Well, no. Well, hold on.
I
We'll
thought she
get to
came
this
along
in.
with Marsh.
No, we'll get to this in a little bit, right? So, like, the
Hold on,
Expendables
man.
that
We got these two right here. Cause the old buddy name right there. Can you see that shit?
Tony Jaa.
Shout out Tony Jaa, but not him. Um, the
Oh, okay.
Ico, whatever the fuck his name is.
Iko Uwais.
Oh yeah, we didn't even mention Tony Jaa. Shout out him.
Yeah, well, we haven't gotten to him yet either.
That's
But
fact.
right, so yeah, so the Expendables they roll in and shit. Motherfuckers is getting shot at by anti-aircraft joints. Barney say he can't land a plane, so he just like kind of dropped that bitch down to the ground, and they just roll out that hoe. Right, motherfuckers is getting active while Barney's still flying the plane. They trying to get the code or get the detonators back from this motherfucker. A whole lot of action ensues. Good action scenes, man. You know, that's the standard for the Expendables franchise. They maintain good action scenes, um, but it's not something that you can really like communicate, through that shit.
Nah,
So
bunch of
at a certain
fucking
point,
chase scenes and it's just your typical
shooting,
action shit.
stabbing, blowing
Your
up,
action shit. Anything you
yeah.
could think of. Your action shit.
So motherfuckers,
Lee still cold with them knives too. Christmas, he cold with them knives,
mm-hmm,
boy.
mm-hmm.
Always.
I ain't gonna lie to you, this right here, Slim. But this right here was where you capped the fuck out, bro. 50 Cent was getting active, boy. That boy was on a 50 cal popping shit. Then it
They
got
all
to a certain point. It get to a certain point, you know what I'm saying? Shit get all fucked off. He gotta like go. He try to go down in the vehicle and shit. Boy, that bitch get the flipping. He popped a motherfucker while upside down,
through the
Slim.
window.
He popped a motherfucker upside down, Slim.
I mean, he reached his arm out the window and shot Buddy through
Come
the
on,
windshield.
dog.
I'm
Like,
gonna be honest, KTL. That shit you talking about with the 50 cal in there, like Terry Crews did
him
that for
and
3
Christmas
movies
was
though.
doing the same shit, but the fucking idiot, like, dude, he let Christmas 50 cal get snatched off by a hook. He was driving and shit.
Terry Crews was doing that for 3 movies.
I'm just
You forgot?
saying, you can't say Terry Crews was cold and he was doing the same shit.
Terry Crews was the big gunner for 3 movies.
Shit. Well, all right. Well, now he
Catch
ain't.
up, fifth. Catch
Now
up,
he ain't.
fifth. Catch up,
But
fifth.
yeah, so at a certain point, Barney get hit with a ballistic missile and shit. You know what I'm saying? The plane's on fire and shit. He's telling him to maintain on mission and shit. Christmas is like, nah, fuck all that. I'm finna save dude. So, he pull a pin out of grenade and, run a car into the mounted, I guess, missile launcher, and blow that bitch up. And so the day seems to be saved. Then, Big Bet, what's his name? The bad guy?
Uh, it's like Raymat or Ramat something. I don't remember how they said it, but it's definitely spelled like that.
Spell it.
Rahmat.
All right. So yeah, Big Bad Ramat. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
guess Ramat.
He's he got like some fucking 50 cal ass sniper rifle, and he just pops the fucking plane, and that bitch bursts into flames even worse. You know what I'm saying? So it's going down. It crashes, burns, lands. Christmas runs up and he just sees the charred corpse of Barney in there with his ring still attached to his finger and shit.
Yeah, before that, I'm like, yeah, this nigga not dead. He gonna come back. And then I
Mm-hmm.
seen the body in there. I was like, oh shit, like this him burnt the fuck up right here.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Slim. Like I watched that shit, and I was like, "There's no shot he's dead." I was like, "But you know what? They're telling me a story. I'm gonna bite." I literally thought like verbatim in my mind. I said, "They're telling me a story. I'll bite. I'll take the bait. Let's see where this leads." Right. So
Mm-hmm.
Barney is dead as fuck. Uh, the all the Expendables, they're sad back at this little fucking at the tavern where they hang out, the bar for lack of a better term. They got like Barney's charred ass hand with a ring, on the middle finger at that shit. Motherfuckers are out there, they got a cover band singing Don't Fear the Reaper, and they're discussing their fallen comrade and shit. Everybody's taking shots, and finally, Marsh walks up with the rest of the Expendables. Like after Christmas is talking to Megan Fox, and they finna like start talking about sex probably, and Marsh and them walk up. They're talking about like, hey, you off the mission. You disobeyed a direct order and you got your mans killed. And everybody like this, I didn't like this shit, bro. I'm like, bro, all y'all some bitch ass motherfuckers, bro. Y'all just all turn tail at the first sign. Get the fuck out of here. But they say, yeah, like, he's kicked off the mission. They're giving the team to Megan
That was your partner,
Fox.
50 Cent, for real.
It was. He did. That was some bitch ass shit he did.
What he
And
said?
then,
He
and
said
then,
he said you made Barney sacrifice me for nothing. Some
yeah.
shit he told that
No,
nigga.
that's a fact. And then he told Marsh, he was like, you picked the perfect time. I just didn't like that everybody else
That
was
nigga
standing
Gunner
there
wasn't
going
trying to hear
along
that
with it
shit.
though. Hell yeah, Gunner hemmed him up. He said, hey, wasn't shit for nothing. And everybody want to like stop him, boy. Get the fuck. Why y'all didn't say nothing when Buddy said this violating shit? What?
To be fair, Gunner ain't say shit then either.
That's a fact, but like at least he getting active. Like, why y'all trying to stop? No, no, tranquilo. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Tranquilo is fire.
But yeah, like so that's that's the status of everything. Motherfuckers
Right.
kicked off the mission. They're going on a new mission and
He
shit.
trying to find a new
Yeah, I'm
job and
about to
shit
say
now too.
he's there. He's looking in the classifieds. He sees all these different jobs that like he's not well suited for. Then he sees a security detail for social media influencer. He gets a job. He's in a suit at a pool party with a gang. It's a gang of bitches around the pool. You got this fat, disgusting motherfucker with a horrible beard, and he's out there, like just being an obnoxious, obstinate dickhead.
he was
Uh,
a uh he was a well-known influencer.
Yeah, he
Like,
was
did you see
on
the
like
numbers rising on
Instagram.
his stream?
Yeah, he's
He had some
Instagram
numbers,
live
boy.
and talking about like he's finna let two bitches lick the sweat off his nuts or
Which
something.
two of these bitches I'ma
And
fuck tonight?
and Buddy
He
said,
said
"Hey,
some shit like that.
show some respect for the ladies." Like
Only thing I'ma
motherfucker started
respect
talking
is
crazy.
is them licking the sweat off my balls or some shit
And
he said.
motherfucker started beating the shit out of him. He said
He
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 said
beat
like
that
right
nigga
before he
ass for
got
that.
knocked out, he said, "Do you know how much money I make off this stupid phone?" Bah! Like,
He said off his face.
is that what that was? I thought
Yeah,
I couldn't understand. Maybe
yeah,
it's because his face was smashed.
he was punching him in the face. He was like, you know how much money
I
I
don't
make
even
off
think
this
he was
face?
punching him. I think he was taking his phone. Well, I mean, he was punching him, but like I think he was punching his
He was
phone
punching
into
the
his
shit out of him.
face. Like,
He was beating his ass, whatever he was doing.
and the comments was gassing that shit, Slim. Comments was sitting there like fucking with it.
He
But
like a real Instagram social media
man,
famous
that
nigga,
shit
man.
like that shit was exaggerated, but that shit really is an example of how lame that shit is, bro. Like, they get a fucking job, bro. You
I
goofy
don't know how
motherfuckers go
exaggerated it
online.
is for real.
What? Yeah, but well, I mean, I'm saying like, bro, motherfuckers get on that bitch and they find a hive mind of like-minded individuals,
Mm-hmm.
who will like support all the
Fan base,
bullshit that
right?
they
You
talk
talking about the fan
about,
base?
bro. Yeah, well, I like, but I don't even like because fans generally like support your art or in something you do. I don't think any of this can even be classified as art, bro. These
Nah, no, no, no.
fucking
You gotta
dickheads.
think about the fucking streamer niggas, like not the people that's actually like
I mean, at
doing
least
shit.
that's content, bro. Like, what is this? You're just like,
He had a pool
what was
party
he doing?
streaming.
Like,
He had a pool party streaming.
ooh, that's something that I like want to
I,
spend my time looking at. You know what
a
I'm
lot of
saying?
people do. KT, do you remember there was a trend with the mukbangs? Like people was literally watching people eat and
Yeah,
talk.
but those people were weird perverts,
Hey,
bro.
people will watch anything, bro.
Yeah, but people are weird perverts, bro. Like
I seen a mukbang or two, man. I was like,
that
what the
shit
fuck
is
is this
like,
shit?
hey man, that if if that's how you get down, more power to you. But like, man, that shit like
Hey,
that's not for me, man.
it's our society like these days. Like people will watch any fucking thing.
Hey, bro, get the fuck off the phone and get a job, man. But right, so he gets fired from that hoe. He says, "Fuck this." He goes, breaks back into his old crib and shit. Breaks, opens the safe, finds a classified file in there. Megan Fox just coming back from where the fuck she was at, and they get to talk, and she basically tells him that when Barney died, they finally unclassified a file about this ocelot ass shit. Way back when, I
Oh
guess
yeah, Ocelot is the main
a
antagonist that
ghost.
they're yeah, we haven't seen Ocelot, we don't know who he is, but they're speaking on him like he's that guy.
I was
So
about to say, like yeah, so like years ago, I guess Barney and his team were on the trail of this ocelot character and was led into an ambush, and his whole team died and shit. So
mhm.
it was a whole mission, etc. Toll Road was sitting there saying earlier, like telling motherfuckers that like, oh, they try to say that like he made this shit up to cover his ass. No, he's gonna find him and he's gonna kill him one day. And then
Right. And that's how he knew Marsh. Like him and Marsh had that I guess what he was working with Marsh on that same case
yeah.
they said.
Mm-hmm. And
So
then that's when 50 Cent asked him, "Hey man, what the fuck happened to your ear?" And he told him,
that's one of those tropes, right? Like a
yeah,
running
yeah,
gag.
because like that was the thing. Like I think in the first movie was that like he was like wild insecure about like I don't know about insecure, but like a motherfucker always talked about like him having cauliflower ear and shit.
Yeah, and now in the fourth movie, he was openly talking about this shit, like ready to talk about
He's
this
like,
shit.
"Well, I'm glad you asked me that. I wrestled in high school, and a comic
That's
like
character progression right there.
that shit is hilarious, bro." But yeah, so right, a motherfucker. So they get to talking, and then they do like some Mr. and Mrs. Smith ass play fighting and shit that leads to fucking. You know what I'm saying? So,
They did the shit that Homelander and Stormfront did. You remember that shit?
mm-hmm.
They was doing that shit when they was finna fuck too, like
They was doing
slamming each other
superpower ass
everywhere.
shit. Motherfucker, that bitch said, "Laser my tits, laser my tits." Like that shit's so stupid. But yeah, so like that was definitely just fan service. And then like right as they get done fucking, Buddy want to start talking about his dead partner. I'm like, bro, like you just got done laying dick, bro. What the fuck are you talking about your dead partner not 10 seconds
That nigga wasn't worried
afterwards?
about that shit. He had a
Bro,
fucking
that shit
agenda.
is insane. Boy, that bitch over there panting and shit. Buddy not even focused on fucking that hoe neither. He's like,
He had
he's
a
thinking
fucking
about some
agenda,
whole
KT.
other
Yeah,
shit. Like,
nigga just wanted that pussy so he can get something out you, bitch.
hey man, that motherfucker, that bitch, hey Slim, that bitch made him eat her out before she would she would have sex with this motherfucker. That shit's so funny,
I
boy.
don't even remember that. All
That
right.
motherfucker, because he said something. He was like, do a favor for old soldier. She said, nah, first things first. She gonna push his head all the way down. I'm like, oh
Oh
man.
yeah. I saw that.
I'm like, this
Okay.
motherfucker here, boy. Like, but yeah.
Yeah.
So then, like, he's reminiscing about his dead partner. He give her the knife. Like he says, I want you to take this with you and shit. And it's like his special knife and shit. She take that bitch. Turned out it's got a locating, tracker on it and shit. He's
But he woke
tracking
up the
that
next
shit.
morning tracking the fuck out them.
Hell yeah, they on the plane. You know what I'm saying? This is where Big Bad Lash gets introduced.
They went to
You know what I'm
Thailand
saying?
right here.
Motherfuckers all on the plane.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
they've been everywhere so far though. Like
Antonio Banderas' son ain't said a word apparently since Buddy died.
KTL, they went to Libya at the beginning. Then they was in New Orleans. And then now they in fucking Thailand.
Hey, Slim, why you ain't pull up on them while they was filming, bro?
I was at work probably.
Damn. But yeah. So like he's tracking that motherfucker. You get to see Big Bad Lash out that hoe. You know what I'm saying?
Child Lash,
That bitch
another
was
woman.
fire. I think.
Yeah, I think we need another woman in this. Honestly,
Like
a lot of dudes.
that and then they trying 50 Cent and Randy Couture trying to fuck on that hoe, and that bitch held up her pinky, and he like thought it was a reference to his shit, and
He
Buddy
said,
told him like,
"Nah, that's
no man,
flipping the bird."
that's flipping the bird, you know, but and then she asked about his ear, and he's like, well, I'm glad you asked me that. In high school I wrestled a lot, and that got to get brought back. But yeah, so Jason Statham is on a mission, man. He's going out after them and shit. Their mission, they linked up with Marsh, and they're going after this motherfucker on a boat, a ship somewhere out in the middle of the ocean. You know, they're supposed to kill and extract and all the good shit. So
Mm-hmm.
they pull up, and not a single shot is fired because the motherfucker was already waiting on them. They end up getting caught and thrown in the brig. You know, that's a sailor term for you. Motherfuckers are just stuck in the under part of the ship for a while. Meanwhile, Christmas, he's looking for a friend of Barney's, Big Bad Tony Jaa, uh, trying to get a boat.
Daisha.
Yeah, trying to get a boat to get out where the fuck he needs to go. And Buddy was finna get on his ass with a
He was
broomstick
asking
because
that
he was
nigga. He
trying
was
to
like,
steal that hoe.
he was asking that nigga, Daisha. What he say? Daisha here? Some shit. I'm looking for
Yeah,
Daisha.
that bartender just hold the fuck out of him. He says, if you're looking for a boat, it be down there, not up here. Like
And the other nigga was like, ain't no Daisha around here. He ain't here no more. Or
he
some
said,
shit.
he's gonna play in a peaceful place. Oh, so he's dead. Like that motherfucker was finna get on his ass with that broomstick, Slim. I ain't gonna lie to you, he was finna beat the shit out of him. But
Maybe not.
I don't know, man. After what I've seen, shit.
After
But
what I seen, I'm gonna say not.
he tells Buddy that he'll help him out, but he's not really just getting active like that because he
Talk
don't put
about the
that
fight,
type of
KTL.
shit behind
They
him.
had a well, it wasn't a fight, but they almost had a fight.
Yeah, I'm about to say I don't really like that. I done already said everything about it. He was finna get on his ass with the broomstick, and then
And
now
that's where I
he seen
disagree.
the ring. Like
That's where I disagree at.
okay,
Like Christmas stopped the fuck out this nigga with this broomstick. Like he wasn't doing shit.
I mean that was
I
one
got
strike,
Christmas.
bro.
I had Christmas in this.
Shit. All right. Well, hey.
Shout out Desha, man. You was fire, but Christmas 1-0.
Right. Yeah, so they take off, man. A motherfucker agrees to help because he says, Barney deserves his vengeance and whatnot. So they take off. They going out there. Whole time the motherfuckers are captured. They stuck under the boat. The motherfucker, Ramat has taken over the ship, and he brings March up there.
Yeah, nigga run in there and say, who the leader is?
Hell yeah, motherfucker said me. He said, "Oh
He
yeah,
pointed the gun
all
at that
right,
nigga,
bet."
bro.
Hey, he just pointed fucking bitch
That
ass
nigga was
Marsh,
scared as
man.
hell, boy. You
Bitch
know what's
ass
crazy?
Marsh.
You know what's crazy? We ain't get there yet, but damn.
He's a fucking goofy, bro. He's a fucking goofball.
Nigga
Like,
might be good.
shit. Uh-huh.
That might have been good right there, bro.
I guess,
In
bro.
hindsight.
But a
Cause
motherfucker
he was scared as fuck.
he negotiate. They negotiating for a prisoner swap for the one person that can identify the ocelot. Who's in witness protection. So the bitch on the other end of the line, she, she says she's not the boss, so Marsh has to make the call, but she makes the arrangements, and a motherfucker is getting flown out that bitch. Christmas finally makes it to the ship, and Daisha tells him I can't go do this shit, man. If I go back to my old ways, I can't,
I don't know if I'm gonna
I
be able
might,
to
yeah, I'm
get
about to
rid of him
say I
again
might
or
not
whatever.
be able to undo that shit. He's like, all right, man, appreciate your help. He goes up in there and just starts getting active with folk. First off, something bad
Man,
happened to Colin, man. Something
man.
bad
Who's
happened to
Colin?
Colin. that motherfucker, the first motherfucker that he killed. He was walking
Oh
along, and
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
motherfucker
yeah.
pull up
That
on him
wasn't
with a
his name.
chop.
That wasn't his fucking name.
Motherfucker said, he said, "Oh, Colin, that's just you. Hey, man, don't point this shit at me, man." He was like, who the fuck is Colin? He was like, now don't play stupid, Colin. Now let's stop pointing that thing at me. You might, and then he just stabbed him in his fucking
Yeah,
jaw,
that shit was crazy.
neck. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest, man. All these motherfuckers on this boat, man. Talk about it, KTO.
I mean, I can't if you gonna say they was ass, I can't say they was ass because
I
they
ain't say
wasn't.
they was ass, but damn, how many of you niggas is it, and y'all can't do this?
Shit, hey, I mean, you should have said that 3 movies ago. Like,
I'm nah. So Lee Christmas is
that's a
fired.
cold motherfucker.
He been fired, but in this movie, I think this nigga he might be
Plot armor.
this Lee Christmas right here might be colder than John Wick.
It's close.
I'm gonna be honest, like I don't think I seen John Wick do all this right here.
I have, but
I
he at
kind of
least
have.
got shot. Like,
Because John Wick was injured for a whole movie too.
that's
Like
what
I
I'm
was there.
saying. Like, he at least got shot. Like, Lee Christmas boy.
Oh, Christmas ain't get shit.
It didn't happen to him.
He was just on niggas' ass the whole movie. No
Well, no, they
consequences.
finally caught him slip. You know, so all right. So he's fighting his way
Man,
through
he's
that bitch.
fucking
You
niggas
know
up, boy.
saying? At a
All you
certain
niggas shooting at him, and
he's
he
killing
fucking
the
y'all
fuck
up.
out these motherfuckers. But at a certain point, motherfuckers are on their phone watching the viral video of him beating the shit out that TikTok guy. They're like, "Oh man, this guy's my hero.
But he
I
just
hope to
pull up
meet
and
him one
stab
day."
all 3 of them.
Man,
Like it's
that I didn't like that, man. He probably didn't even have to do all that. They probably would have just let him go, man.
it's multiple niggas in every situation, bro.
Like,
He's just getting rid of all of them.
yeah, he's just smoking fucking boots. Meanwhile, the team, they in the brig and shit, they out there turning on each other. Oh man, maybe it was you. Oh, you wasn't verified. Oh, none of this shit. All just talking crazy to each other. They finally
fucking
find a
traitor
way out,
around here.
and they gotta try to like pull the hatch open. That shit not working. He said, "Of course it ain't working. You gotta get that hole wet. Motherfucker gotta go piss on that bitch, boy." And that, you know what I'm saying? He like toll road over there trying to piss. Everybody crowding him. He's like, "Hey man, can I get some space here?"
Hey, old girl was trying to look.
I was about to say
Lash.
that bitch was looking.
She was trying to look.
That bitch was looking, man, and fucking, So that
She
boy,
trying to
I'm
see
not
some of
gonna
that
lie, that
toll
boy was
road dick.
probably pissing for a solid minute and a half of this
Nah,
movie,
yeah, he was
man.
pissing for a long ass time.
Like, the whole time, fucking Lil Banderas is over there giving a fucking bullshit ass monologue. First words he done spoke in forever.
I don't think it was bullshit.
It's Slim. It was some shit that was like backlogged, right? It was some shit that he was supposed to say at the bar thing, but he's been waiting to figure out the right word. He might be a fucking idiot. He couldn't think of that word I'm talking about for days and days at a time.
I don't think that's what it was, KT.
He did.
He said it. He was like,
he couldn't remember the word, Slim. He said the word. He was like, he did the snap. He was like, yeah, that. He was like, and he said the word. Like,
nah, that was his hero, man. He was hurt. He was distraught.
I mean, yeah, that's cool and all, but he might be a fucking idiot. Like,
he'll beat your ass.
I don't think so.
I know he'll beat your ass.
I'm about to say he probably kill me with a gun. And
I seen him get active.
I ain't never seen him get active hand to hand. Not once.
You cap.
Not once. Like, I seen him get active with guns and shit.
Didn't he slide? Didn't he like climb up that? Remember he climbed up to the top of that thing? Like, you could never do nothing like that.
It's cold to climb some shit.
Yeah, that's what Antonio Banderas was doing the whole fucking movie last time.
And shit. All right, he a better
climbing
parkour.
And jumping.
He better a parkour than me. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that's what he did the whole last movie. Climb and jump.
All I'm saying, bro, like these knuckles, that's what I'm saying.
Antonio Banderas wasn't that cold shooting and shit. He was just climbing and jumping.
Shit, I don't fully recall like how cold he was shooting. But
he was too busy climbing and doing flips.
But right, so a motherfucker gives his monologue. 50 Cent tells him, man, I think you should go back to not talking. And the latch falls open. They're like, hey, any takers? Buddy says, this is where it's gonna lead to his killer. Yeah. All right, bet. He just crawls in that bitch, just full of piss, boy. Motherfucker says, maybe he does like golden showers. That shit was pretty comedic, I thought. Great callback. But yeah, so Lee Christmas, he out here still fighting his way through these motherfuckers. And they finally got him, man. Like
They get on the
he's
motorcycles.
outnumbered. He's outnumbered,
Oh
finna
man,
have some
yeah.
bad shit
There
happen
you go.
to him. And then, big bad Deja pop out of nowhere, with a fucking knife and start smoking people, boy. I'm talking about he was the only one in this movie that ain't have a gun and was just getting active, boy. And like he got some war paint shit. Now they teamed up. They going through the ship. Like he's like, all right, I'm gonna help you do this shit. So I thought you wasn't gonna fight no more. He's like, well, it would have been bad for me to let Barney's friend die. He kind of hold him right there, low key. And he's like, oh yeah, you needed some help.
He telling the truth,
He's not wrong. No, he's
but he
not
was
wrong.
cornered.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
Some
But I mean,
the
that's all
old
I was
dude,
saying. You
KT,
was like,
old dude started shooting that fucking rocket launcher at Christmas.
oh, Lee Christmas. You were like, nothing, like nothing shit happened to him. I'm like, well, it almost did. Like,
Yeah, he wasn't
if
gonna
it
be able to
wasn't
get
for
out of that
Deja,
one.
he would have been out of there.
Wasn't for a
But
couple people, he would have been out of there.
so they, they're fighting their way through. Finally, the whole team meets up. The bitch, reveals that she knew that
She
he was
knew.
tracking the whole time,
She like, what took you
and
so long?
mm-hmm. And so they fight their way through the rest of the ship and shit. Finally get to the point where, well, they find the bomb first. The nuke. They got an armed nuke under the ship, and Toro says like they can't do shit with that hoe. You know,
They asked him to make another one or some shit too, huh?
I don't remember,
Do
but
you remember? Do you remember the scene? Yeah. So pretty much they told him they was like, "Can you make anything or whatever the fuck or this and that." You remember the scene where they had like I guess it was
the
like a
forklift.
tractor, a forklift, yeah, as a
Yeah,
diversion.
that was so. Yeah, like right after that. Yeah,
Bro, he was
motherfucker.
playing. They was playing
Many
PIMP on
men.
the fucking no
That's no,
PIMP.
yeah, it was PIMP. Yeah,
Yeah,
my
on the
bad.
fucking speaker, bro.
Bro, and that's what I'm saying, bro. 50 Cent was cold in this bitch, boy.
Come
Like,
on, bro. That's a
come
song
on,
from the
dog.
early 2000s, bro.
I
Like,
don't give a damn if it
how
was
you
from
giving him credit for having?
1994.
How you giving him a credit for having a song playing, bro?
Because Slim,
He
you
didn't do
don't
that
think
in
he
this.
had a hand in making that device?
Hell nah. This ain't
Oh, come
that
on
wasn't
now.
Curtis Jackson, nigga.
Shit, it might have been. They never said his name. They had code names.
It wasn't Curtis Jackson.
All I know is Slim. I played 50 Cent Blood in the Sand,
That
man.
was
They say
Easy
50
Day.
Cent was out here acting. He was out here getting active.
They called him Easy Day, KTL.
That's a fact. That's his code name.
Yeah, I
But
bet.
yeah. So motherfuckers say they can't do nothing with the bomb. It's gonna go off unless they can find the remote disabler and shit. But it's got to be on the ship. So they send that forklift up. Motherfuckers start. This is where the real big bloodbath starts, man. I'm talking about everybody's out here fighting some shit.
The classic Expendables type of scene.
Exactly. Lee Christmas, he done found himself a motorbike with some machine guns on that bitch. He doing a chase scene through the fucking corridors and shit. Up the stairs, it got machine guns on it. He's smoking folk.
Hey,
Finally,
KTL Gunner was ass until he
Gunner
started.
had been Gunner through the whole movie. Like
He was
at
sober.
first he was sober, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and then he had like his eyes was fucked up. He was supposed to be the sniper. He needed glasses and shit. Like
Yeah, because he was a terrible drunk in one of them other movies, like the second one or the
He's
some first.
finally breaking his sobriety back here. He starts getting active once he starts
Boy,
drinking
couldn't
some
shoot
more.
shit. He couldn't shoot shit sober.
No, he blew up that shit. He blew up that
I'm talking about
fucking.
when he was shooting at them two. When he was shooting at them people
Oh yeah,
before he took that drink. Like he was shooting there, he couldn't hit shit.
that shit wild, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Toll Road, he done got stabbed the fuck up by a random ass motherfucker,
Facts.
and 50 Cent trying to keep him alive and shit. They Christmas is out there like launching a fucking bike off a ramp that he done made out of a broken plane and shit,
I think
shooting
is this when
down.
Lash and Desha was teamed up to fight.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
even know
no,
his
no.
name.
Now I'd say that was the coldest motherfucker. Like
That's
the
Tony
dude that
Jaa?
was the Ramat's second in command, he was the coldest motherfucker, boy.
Was that Tony
Because
Jaa? No.
no. Tony
Who
Jaa
was
was Dacia.
who was he?
That I don't know, but he was that motherfucker. Like because Antonio Banderas' son finna try to get at. He said, "Hey, I got." Dacia said, "I got this." I didn't see Dacia smoke people. I'm talking about not get touched nothing. Boy, that motherfucker was on Dacia ass,
That's a
bro.
fact.
He was finna beat the shit out of him.
They needed
Then
two.
then they start jumping him finally. And like, he's still fighting them off and shit. Like he
That's a fact.
finally started getting cut, but they finally kick him, like they combo kick him down in a hole and he crack his skull open on some shit. That motherfucker there, boy, he was finna air some shit with that knife.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. to him. But
I gotta
so
find out who he was.
I was about to say they're flying in the witness, to make the exchange. They got Marsh up on the deck. Ramat is up there, Lee Christmas, he done walked up and he's he's finally finna fight the motherfucker that killed Barney basically. And Ramat was ass. He was ass in this fight.
Well, I think that
He
just
was
goes,
sorry as fuck, Slim.
but I think that's just showing
I was
how
angry.
I think that's showing how OP Christmas is in
I
this
don't
movie,
think
bro.
it is.
Nah, because Ramat was whooping some ass in that opening scene.
Yeah, but no. Here's my problem, bro. The shit didn't make any sense. The motherfucker, like, you got Christmas got two knives. Ramat got these spiked ass tonfas that he had since the beginning. He's fighting. I'm talking about he's getting his ass whooped with these weapons, bro. Finally, that shit get knocked out, and I'm like, okay, it's because like the shit got a spike on it. If Christmas gets stabbed with this bitch, it's game over. They can't let him land a shot. I get that, right? Like it's a plot thing. That bitch gets knocked out his hands. All of a sudden, he become a better fighter once he don't got them bitches. He start landing kicks and some more shit. You know what I'm saying? All type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, he gets stabbed with a knife, and I'm like, he's like, "Is that the biggest one you got?" I'm like, "Oh, he did this because he's gonna take the knife. He didn't want the motherfucker to have the knife, so he's gonna take that bitch and start fighting him with it. No, he pulled that bitch out, throw it to the ground, then proceeds to continue getting his ass whooped by fists,
I mean,
bro.
he got a couple
I'm
good.
talking about he landed a couple joints,
He
but he
landed a
got
couple.
his ass whooped in 3 different combat
I
scenarios
I think
and
I
ended
think
up with an axe in his chest, bro.
I
He
think that's just part
sucks.
of this. No, I disagree with you. I think that's just part of this Lee Christmas thing that I was talking about. Like
Bro, he sucks, bro. I seen a
you
motherfucker.
can't say that. Like the reason you can't say that is because we saw how cold he was
I
at the
seen a
beginning.
motherfucker lift him off the ground earlier in the movie, Slim.
Who?
That big guy at the bar.
You talking about Lee Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, after he had punched the fuck out like 8, 9, 10 people.
Exactly my point, bro. Like, I don't care if it's distracted or not. Like,
Yeah, I don't know why you do that. Like that's not the same as somebody like obviously if they were going like head up, pause, like Lee Christmas would have beat that nigga ass from the
I am
beginning.
not disagreeing that Lee Christmas is a cold motherfucker. I'm saying that this is absolute bullshit after I just seen a motherfucker kill an entire bunker worth of
Right.
goddamn guards and all type of shit, bro. And you
I
not been you
okay,
like, and I've complained
KTL Lee
about this
Christmas
with.
just did that.
All right, so I never did the in real time for Sisu, right? But that was the biggest problem with the Sisu movie. The entire time during the movie, they present the protagonist as this cold, survivable motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He's smoking folks, barely like taking any injury. In the end of the movie, he starts getting this like I'm talking about. He doesn't land 2 blows against a motherfucker who has not been portrayed as cold because like he's a villain. He hasn't done anything cold through the whole movie. I'm talking beating the shit out him. This is that, bro. You can't present to me a cold motherfucker through the whole movie and then make them look like a bitch at the end, bro. Put
So
put
so
a coordinated fight scene between 2 people who are cold and have the motherfucker that is the good guy win that bitch because he's a better fighter. Don't just make
so
him like make
KTL.
somebody a bitch because there was no point.
KTL, I said that when it came to Secret Invasion, they did that with the villain in Secret Invasion at the end. But in this case, they've been portraying Lee Christmas to be God Almighty just as much. Like he hasn't been touched by nobody. Like you said, Buddy picked him up, but yeah, like he caught him from behind and picked him up, but that was it.
Yeah,
He still
and
ain't
my
hurt him.
counter
He didn't do
argument
anything to
is
him.
I've been seeing this other motherfucker portrayed as God Almighty through this
We
whole
only
movie.
seen it
He's
once
the man
though.
with the he's the man with the plan. He
No,
done
we
killed
only saw it
Barney.
once.
He done killed a whole bunker full of people.
Come
He
on,
done
bro.
killed he
Look,
done
look,
took over a
that
ship
Barney
and
shit, nigga.
he's
I could
got.
have did that.
No, you couldn't have.
I could have did that Barney
No,
shit.
the fuck you couldn't have.
All I had to do was aim up in the sky,
and you wouldn't have hit shit.
All I had to do was aim at the plane like he did.
I seen Gunner not hit shit, and he's trained with that bitch. I know you ain't doing it.
KT, all I'm saying is, yeah, because he's a fucking drunk. He needs to be drunk to function.
No, he had glasses.
KT, all I'm saying is Lee Christmas did way more cold shit than Ramat did, even though Ramat was cold.
That's because
Lee
he had
Christmas
more
was
time
built
in
up
the
to
movie.
be like
That's my counter argument.
That's my point.
Like,
but that's my point.
If they had the same like time in the movie, then it would have been even. Like, and then you would have just had a stomp.
And then it would have looked worse at the end.
Shit, it can't look too much worse.
No, I'm saying that I don't. The reason I don't.
What you're saying, I'm just saying you made like the big bad a bitch, bro. Like this is ass.
But they made Lee the big bad from the beginning.
I guess, man.
Barney had to go get him. Barney went and got him. He didn't even need to.
Yeah, but he didn't do that because he couldn't handle some shit. He did that.
He still did it.
He was being a white troll, bro.
From the opening scene, they made Lee out to be. That's why I said like Lee been cold, but in this movie they just made him like fucking untouchable. He wasn't even untouchable in all them other movies.
Troll ass shit, man.
Stone Cold Steve Austin was on their ass in that first movie.
Stone Cold Steve Austin was in the Condemned, bro. I seen what he
he was beating the shit out of Sylvester Stallone.
I was about to say, I seen what he do. Put Stone Cold in one of these movies if you want, boy.
That nigga died, but he was beating the shit out of brother before he died.
This motherfucker ends up getting like he smokes the fuck out them. They come to the realization.
He's like, what a kill switch.
Why would I? You know, he don't got that bitch. They come to the realization that Marsh has been Ocelot the whole time. He grabs a gun, airs out them.
Yeah, that's because fucking Marsh did that shit. Like they seen him out the window, and when the prisoner got there, he shot the fuck out this nigga, bro.
It was even before then, you know what I'm saying? They came to that realization like that like because they knew they had been set up and all type of shit, you know.
Like, I thought that's when they came to the realization when they saw that.
Hell no, because he hadn't even popped them motherfuckers yet. But
I don't know
so he's been a double triple agent the whole time. You know, he set up the ambush. You know, all this shit. He pops the witness, and it's like revealed that you know he's got this master plan with this nuke, and he's gonna make some money, etc. Right. So it's one final fight scene. You know. Marsh and his army, they're trying to air shit out. The Expend4bles, they're stuck. Toll road's bleeding the fuck out. They're trying to get out of there. Deja says, all right, we're going to go to my boat and we're going to get the fuck out of here. So they fight their way out to the boat and motherfuckers are like zip lining down that bitch. And, you know, Lee Christmas, he allows Megan Fox to go down that bitch and then he cuts that hoe. He says, yeah, I'm going to, make my sacrifice mean something. Which so
I've seen this before.
Bro. It's fucking
I don't know if it was in an Expendable movie, but I've seen this sacrifice before. I've probably seen it multiple times, but this trope where they get a chance to escape, but then they go back.
Yeah, it's a noble sacrifice.
Was that in one of the Expendable movies? That might have been in the last one. I think Sylvester Stallone might have did that shit.
Probably.
I don't know, but we've definitely seen that. That's a trope that we've seen.
Yeah.
So
he goes back and he, you know,
he's trying to turn the boat around
back
and shit.
to the top. He's stuck in the control room and shit. Motherfucker.
He did like turn that bitch though. He dropped the anchors and
hell yeah, they headed back out to sea. So like the plane is foiled. The motherfucker just keeps calling him genital warts. You know,
Yeah, they was trying to blow up Russia and frame the U.S. for it.
So this motherfucker is stuck up in the control room. You know, he airs out the one Glock that's up there, then realizes it's over with. He's like, "All right, Barney, I'll be seeing you soon." All of a sudden, some missiles rain down on the deck, take out all
Mm-hmm.
the fucking soldiers, and Christmas steps outside,
I
and
kind
him
of
and
don't
Marsh
like
are just
this,
talking shit, bro. Marsh is acting like nothing happened. He's just
but
standing out there in the open.
that's
Like,
why I kind of don't like this, and
what
I'm
the
just
fuck?
realizing that KTF. Because like what you just said, it was a bunch of missiles and shit that landed on the boat. And whenever Christmas went out there, Marsh is just there
Yeah.
talking
Uh-huh.
upright and everything.
He don't give a
So
fuck about nothing. Like,
yeah, but what happened to all the missiles that were fucking like what happened? Did they just
no, that's
stop
what I'm
for
saying. It
a
killed
minute, two
everybody
minutes?
but him, bro. It killed
Oh, that
everybody
must have been
but
all
him,
of
and
them.
he's walking around.
That was all of them. Okay.
Yeah, like all the soldiers, all the other soldiers, they got blown up by
Now
missiles.
I'm asking
Marsh
what
is just
happened to the
cool.
fucking missiles? Why did they stop for a minute and a half?
Oh shit, I don't know. Maybe he had to circle back. I think.
I
But
don't know. And Marsh conveniently didn't get killed with the rest of them. You're right.
yeah, they out there talking shit. He's like, all right, I'm gonna come. Just stay there. I'm gonna come right down there. He's like, oh
Like a
yeah, you had
man.
to call the cavalry in, huh? Like,
He threw his gun down there, didn't he?
yeah, so he goes back down there. He's like, all right, I'm about to beat the shit out you. He pulls out these brass knuckles. He's like, oh, well, it is Christmas. Look what Santa got me. He pulls out a gun and then just gets shredded by a fucking machine gun on a helicopter. And it's Barney, man. Barney's been alive. He's alive
He's back.
after
He's John
all.
Kramer. He's back.
Yep, Barney's alive after all. He picks Christmas up, and they dispose of the bomb. A motherfucker shoots missiles at the the part of the boat to capsize that bitch, and they fly away in the distance and shit. Motherfuckers alive, happy days, all that shit, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They go back. The final scene is them all at the bar, talking, celebrating their victory, etc. uh Christmas gives Barney his ring back, and he asks him, like how he faked his death. Motherfucker says, he basically says that he put jumbo shrimp in that hoe, you know.
He said some shit like 25 years ago. Um, he tried to expose him and he failed or some shit, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, he said that like 25, however many years ago, right? That
His team got
motherfucker
set
like
up.
led them into that trap. So he couldn't be sure of it. He had to like fake his
Fake his
death so they
death
could
and lure him up.
declassify the file, and a motherfucker would come out of hiding type shit.
But okay, I don't get that part. So he had to
Or
fake his death so
yeah,
that file could be released. What did the
yes.
file say? Was it about the
I'm
prisoner?
pretty sure it had the information about the motherfucker that was in witness protection that could
Right.
identify him and shit.
Maybe he did identify him and that was in the file. Maybe.
Either that or like what I'm saying, whatever the investigation like might have been ongoing, etc.
So
You know,
something in that file had to do with
with the danger, of him being exposed and outed.
Ocelot,
Yeah.
aka Marsh.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
So yeah, he put Jumbo Shrimp in the cockpit and let him go down. All because he beat him in a thumb wrestling contest. That's kind of some fuck shit, but fuck him. He did all of that shit. Megan Fox walks out of nowhere just with her titties poking through the shirt, just like because, you know what I'm saying? Just because
Gotta
it's
have the
Megan.
titties.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's Megan Fox in a fucking action movie. They just had to put tits there at the end. Shout out to that. Antonio Banderas' son is over there dick riding, you know.
That's his
Uh,
hero, man.
yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, that's his hero. He's dick riding.
You would be the same way if you saw Will Smith.
Nah, not me. I don't talk that much in general. But yeah, and that's pretty much it. All's well that ends well. Uh, I don't think I missed anything.
Nope, I think that's it.
Shout out to all the actors and whatnot. Final thoughts, ratings, slim, trivia, etc. Oh, he muted up. That's crazy. Motherfucker went to the Wikipedia page. to figure out some shit. I just realized, bro, you still got this picture, bro. Change this fucking picture, man.
Hey, bro, mind your business.
This shit ridiculous, man.
Mind your fucking business.
Be
So we doing the
dynamic.
final ratings?
Yeah, I was about to tell you to talk about the trivia, man. I know you got something.
All right, go ahead.
Now I gotta go ahead. All right, man. Expendables 4, if you are a fan of the Expendables movies, you will like this movie. If you are, if you enjoy like this type of shit, you enjoy action movies with ensemble cast, good fight scenes, explosions, gunplay, etc. If this is your bag, they have delivered again upon the formula. There is some bullshit, elements of plot armor, that stupid ass shit that I just said with Marsh and all of that. I think that it's really fucking stupid the way that they did that Ramat shit. That shit is dog water to me. Megan Fox exists in the movie solely to be sex appeal, which, is fine. It's understandable. I'm a lot more forgiving to the Expendables movie and, the franchise, and this one in particular, because I think that, like, this exists as a pseudo parody of action movies. So, like, a lot of this shit that would be viewed as a simple plot or like lazy right etc, like I view it as like they're paying an homage to this was the way that these shits used to be. You don't have to put a whole lot of thought. You give people what they want out of this type of shit and let motherfuckers like it that like it and don't like it that don't. You're not trying to make new fans. But with that being said, I think it's a solid movie overall. um, I'm gonna probably give it a. I guess I'll give it a 7.5. I wanted to give it a 7, but I don't think that there's just too much bad with the movie. It wasn't hugely moving, but I think it's solid in terms of like building on the success. I think if I had rewatched all the movies again before this shit, instead we were doing the crash course for Saw. But I probably would have like had a little bit of a differing opinion. But another solid delivery, man, from the Stallone and Friends company.
Yeah, I agree. I'll say it wasn't really much to this movie, like you said, outside of the action. It was definitely a popcorn flick, man. Uh, so I like the Expendables franchise. Um, I mean, I believe the franchise has better movies than this one. I didn't rewatch them like KTL said. Shout out Pujols in the building, man. Um, yeah, I didn't rewatch them, similar to what KTL said. So I can't really recall, but I feel like there were better movies than this one in the franchise. This one was cool though. Like I said, man, they made Lee Christmas fucking unbeatable, man. Like the nigga can beat anybody. This Lee Christmas can beat anybody, man. He beating John Wick, man. If they gonna do this to Lee Christmas, he beating John Wick. Um, Barney was, well, it wasn't really much of him in this movie. Um, Obviously we see he still got something. Like at the beginning of the movie, he flipped the nigga over his fucking over the counter type shit. So obviously he got something. Outside of that, we really just seen him in a plane like for most of the movie. Um, Megan Fox, she was asked as a leader. Um, she was probably she was good to look at. As a leader, she was asked. We ain't talk about that, KTL. She was not a good leader at all. Um,
Man, that bitch was ass, bro. I told you that bitch just existed because she was sexy. Like, and that's cool. Shout
yeah, the
out to
both
her.
both times she tried to lead some shit, they got caught twice.
Yep. And
They
that
had to get
bitch had
saved.
been. She started the movie out talking about how she was equal and better than these folk.
Yeah, she talking about she got the same skills as them
Hell
niggas and
yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah, and that's why you're
No, you
intimidated
don't.
by me. Get the fuck out of here, bitch.
But yeah, so nah, she was ass. 50 Cent ain't really do shit. Like I said, Ted Cruz was colder than that nigga
Yeah.
for real, but he was alright, I guess. Um, it's fucking same thing. Antonio Banderas' son in the movie, like he ain't do shit. Like, well, he did. but Antonio Banderas was way colder. So it's like, yeah, and maybe I shouldn't be comparing these niggas to the other characters, but I don't know. The last team was wilding. Um, these niggas was cool too though, man. When they had their little fight scene, the classic expendable fight scene where everybody out there fighting, man. You know what I'm saying? Lee Christmas was just he was on everybody's ass though. Daisha, he was fired for a little while. Then he needed help. Uh, I don't know bro name that was on Daisha ass, bro. The one that him and Lash had to jump. I
Nobody
couldn't find
does.
I couldn't find his name in the movie. I couldn't find his name in real life.
Well, I'm
I don't know
telling
who
you,
the
he
fuck he
was
is.
henchman number 2, and he was colder than Ramat, bro. Like that shit is fucking
he
sorry,
the he
bro.
the one that had the flamethrower.
Bro, this
I
shit is
mean the rocket
ridiculous,
launcher,
son.
and he shot that bitch at Christmas. Like yeah, he was putting in work, man. So I'm gonna give my rating, man, but I'm gonna go over some of the trivia like KTL said. Who else, man? What's good, bro? Oh, okay.
That's
Just here.
Ike.
Spectating. Okay. All right. So first thing is that Sylvester Stallone confirmed that this is the first of a new trilogy. Ooh. So they're gonna make some more of these movies to try to capitalize off the name. Kind of like KTL said, Fast and Furious. They're gonna try to capitalize off the expendable name.
Amazing.
I'm gonna be honest, like this was cool. I don't know if I could watch two more. I don't know if I can watch
We
two
done
more of
watched
these.
8 Saw movies, bro. Don't underestimate yourself.
That's a fact, but I did that for a reason. I did that for the podcast.
Sure, we'll get to that.
All right, man. So when they first announced this film, I guess they announced this in 2014, almost a decade ago. Um, they wanted to cast Jack Nicholson as the villain in the role. What you think about that, KTL?
Would have been way better. Jack Nicholson is a national treasure.
How old is he at this point, though?
Probably close to 80.
They had rumors that Bruce Willis might return and be a villain, but obviously, you know, he's going through his situation with his condition. Um, Shout out that guy, man. He has some form of dementia, and so you know he can't talk. He's not acting anymore, man. So that shit pretty sad. Shout out Bruce Willis, man. He did good in his role for like the first two movies. I don't think he was in the last. Well, he was in two movies. I don't know which two. Um, yeah, man, ain't really much else. They wanted Goldberg to be in the film too, cause yeah, they approached him as a villain.
Shout out Goldberg, man. I don't know if
Goldberg
he
ever
would have
been in
made a
any
good
movies?
villain in any movies. He was in The Longest Yard.
Oh yeah, but he had like a little minor character though. I think
I don't think he was minor in that hoe for real.
bro, they had everybody in that fucking movie.
Yeah, I guess.
But I was just gonna say Stone Cold. They had Stone Cold in the first one. He wouldn't have been better than him.
I mean, they kind of fill the same niche.
Yeah, but Stone Cold was actually like good in the role.
Stone Cold is great at being that type of role.
Uh, so they wanted to create like some spin-offs of this shit. And they planned to like make some shit called the Expend4bles. It was gonna be all women, but they shelved that shit. The Expend4bles sound ass anyway.
I mean, the name is ass, but it definitely sounds better than them just shoehorning bitches in for like sex effect. You know what I'm saying? Like
Megan Fox.
you could have put Megan Fox, Ronda Rousey, put that Lash bitch in there, etc. Like you could have just made a gang of bitches
They
and
could have
let
brought
them get
Ronda Rousey
active.
back. I'm gonna be honest, they would have lost. We
Like
seen
some of the against who?
whoever. Like we seen how these.
I
We
think
seen
that's cap. I think that bitch would have been a horrible leader, but I think they could have been the sum of their parts.
shit. Well, I seen Lash have to jump a nigga and still have a debatable.
Yeah, but he was the coldest motherfucker in this movie. I think he is shit. You
He
talk
don't even
about
got a
Lee
name.
Lee Christmas be damned, boy.
He don't even got a name.
Exactly my point, bro. just sorry ass henchman was the coldest motherfucker, bro. Like,
yeah, man. I don't know.
Ain't nobody beating him. I'm sorry, shit.
Hey, yeah, man. Last day, man. Sylvester Stallone said this is gonna be his last time playing Barney. So I thought I had heard some shit like
Never
that
mind.
before. I thought I heard some shit like that
He
before. So I
want to
was like,
make a new trilogy, but now he ain't gonna be in them bitches. All right, bro.
I don't think he making the trilogy. He just in it.
Bro, you the main character, bro. How the fuck? Like,
That's a fact. But you remember he was the main character in Rocky, and they made Creed, and they stole that hoe from him.
yeah, but that's not the same. That's like a spiritual successor, man.
They stole the fuck out that movie from this nigga. Oh, apparently I don't know if they stole it, but they might not have had no contract situation worked out well enough back in the day. So he definitely lost the rights to Creed. But shout out Sylvester Stallone, man. Shout out all these niggas. Lights Out Television say it's sound ass. He ain't never seen none of these movies. But yeah, man, I think that's it, man. Anything else, KTL?
You gotta rate the movie, bro.
Oh yeah, I gave it a 7.8. That brings us to a 7.6.
Interesting.
Anything else?
Indubitably.
All right, man. This has been another episode of the Real Rap Coalition podcast, man. The Expendables in real time. And we are out. You feel me? Say something, KTL.
Shout out Expend4bles.
All right.